Good morning, traders. This is TonyD from easyMarkets. We have a little reversal yesterday. You got the US dollar giving back some of those gains from Monday to Wednesday. So Thursday you had a little bit of a pullback, leaving Friday with a bit of a question mark. Is the US dollar rally over, or are we going to see a resumption here from a little bit better levels? If you missed most of that US dollar rally, you're probably looking at some of these pairs like the dollar yen and saying, well, this is a little bit more attractive than 113. And for the euro, back up near 118 as well. The question you have to ask yourself is what's driving this pushback in the markets. A little bit of a drop in the US yields. Nothing really changed, no headlines that were major. There is a little bit of skepticism around the Trump plan, but nothing crazy negative has come out just yet. There haven't been a lineup of Republicans pulling up against it. You know, Democrats, of course, are just giving their general negative opinion about cutting tax rates for the rich, but there isn't a death nail for it. So it's not so much that. It's probably more to do with just the market having a little bit overbought on the short term than anything else. So it's quite evenly poised here. The battle for the next, for the movement this week, you could see US dollar give back a little bit more of those gains if it's true that these month-end flows are US dollar negative. So month-end flows, for those that don't know, is at the end of each month. Some of the large portfolio managers around the world, they have to rebalance their currency exposures based upon the movements of the underlying equity indices that they own. So, if somehow the German index has gone up a lot more than the American index, what that means is that they're holding a little bit more euros than they were holding in relative to the US dollar if they're equally weighted. So there could be a little bit of selling euro. So really what they're looking at now is if there's going to be month-end flows. Supposedly there is about to be some month-end flows, but that could have been yesterday as well. They sometimes do them the day before the end of the month. So it could already be done, and it's not really a reliable source of trading. But you can get more information by that. Come through to one of your dealers and ask them to send you the month-end flow report just to check what is moving out there, which ones they're focused on. There was definitely a little bit of movement in the equity markets, so by looking at their models, they can suggest what should be happening. But you really, you just keep in the back of your mind rather than trade off it. The pound enjoyed a nice little bounce with the euro as well, but both of these are stalling here as we come into Asia. So the last 8 hours has been pretty steady. The dollar index looks exactly like the euro, exactly like the dollar yen. And we haven't really got to those 95 levels yet, so there is more room here for the US dollar to rally if it so transpires. The dollar yen, remember, is 114 to the top side, where the big resistance is from previous rallies, and the euro has the 116 level, which is the high of 2016 last year. Okay, so there is a bit of room, but it's so far these levels have held. The euro especially held the 2015 high. So that level has bounced off a couple of times. So really, I would keep an eye on the euro dollar to see for the general US dollar strength and weakness. The dollar yen can sometimes move based upon safe haven and risk on, risk off flows. The euro is probably a better way of checking if the market's strong or not. The Aussie dollar's enjoyed a little bit of a bounce off 78, got down to 77.99, I believe was the low printed overnight. So that's getting close to that big level that we're looking at. The previous major resistance for for 2 years was 77.50. Haven't got there yet, but we'll keep an eye on it, because if the bottom's in, then the Aussie dollar is well known to be quite aggressive on the rally, or fairly relentless as well. So you're seeing that market move. The other big reversal that happened last night was oil. So this is not US dollar related. This is just the oil pulling back from having quite a strong rally over the last couple of weeks. So it got nearly almost 53, but then had over percent, nearly 2% fall. Nothing really there to push that through, but it was just more profit taking, and then a little bit of a cascade effect after the selling began. All right, guys. Next week is a big week in terms of the market. The first week of the market always is. You're going to get a lot of data. The market's going to be very keen to see some of the PMI numbers out of the US, and then of course the non-farm payrolls. You've got the RBA on Tuesday. So there's going to be some big events there that can get the market moving. If you have any questions come through, we can talk about those key levels in a bit more depth, maybe some of the crosses as well. which we don't really get time to go through when we do these updates here. If you don't have a dealer, please look at the link below. You see the sign up to the active traders group here at easyMarkets, and one will be assigned. Thank you.